auditors also follow up to see if the executive has implemented the recommendations of the assembly, and sometimes they flag it as a query. So let's look at the reports in good time. Let's do recommendations to the executive, and also the auditors will follow through.
Yeah. Thank you. Mr. Chair, I think having listened to this conversation, what's your take?
Thank you, Chair. I want to submit to this committee that we found a big backlog, and we actually trying to clear this backlog. I want to assure this committee that will be up to task, and we'll be doing the interrogations for 2023-2024 soon, and the next meeting we'll be meeting here. We will not be having such a backlog. On the issue of implementation, the report that we laid before the assembly, actually most of them has been, our recommendations have been implemented. A case study is the one that we are handling today on the issue of stored projects. They've been completed, and we can say that truly what we write as recommendations have been done by the county assembly, by the county executive of Kitui.
Could I request the clerk of the Senate, let's do a letter to all county assemblies to establish which assemblies have been able to consider the most recent county financial statements as required by law, because there are some that have started the interrogation, but they have not brought a report to the House, so the reports have not been adopted. So you know how to frame it. So that to deal with this question, this conversation on whether Senate or county assembly should be dealing with these things, we must present to the nation the true picture of things. In Homa Bay, the law was signed for financial autonomy of county assemblies. We are hoping that that autonomy is going to bring about some good manners in the running of county assemblies, even though I think Isiolo and Nyamira have demonstrated that sometimes, even within the assembly itself, there are some very bad governance practices that happen. So this conversation on should it be the Senate, should it be the county assembly, can only be rebutted by facts. And the fact would be County Assembly of Kitui has not done what the Constitution requires. Therefore, what should we do? Is it about giving them more money, or is it about capacity building? Should the Auditor General come in and train you? But I believe in about 5 years, we might have gotten to, I hope we could have gotten into a situation where county assemblies can do these things on a timely basis, so that when the governor comes here, we discuss policy issues. We are not discussing 3 billion of unconfirmed revenue balances. That should be dealt with at the county assembly. I think the second thing is, I think we have talked of the cross-country survey. Those of us in the finance committee, maybe we should peg the allocation to county assemblies on the basis of timeliness of action. Timeliness of action. You remember counties are getting a share of the last audited revenue, It means that if the National Assembly is on 2021, then you are getting a share of 2021, which is unconstitutional. So why should the county assembly get a share of 2024-2025 when they have not gone through the revenue statements of 2022-2023? It sounds a complex proposal, but we can reduce it to a formula, so that when a county assembly is not doing their job, there is a percentage that they're not getting. And when a county assembly is up to date, then they get their full allocation. That's a conversation for us as a Senate. Now, members, should we proceed now that the assembly has not done what we had expected them to do? Ideally, if you had a report, it would have been easy. You would have submitted and tabled your report, would have gone through the recommendations and agreed with you, and would have waited for the next audit cycle to confirm closure. Senator Dulo, you had gone on record earlier?
No. Dulo, Senator Isiolo.
Okay. So Unless there's any other observation, we may proceed. Yeah, so honorable members of County Assembly, please take note of our recommendations, and that can be a starting point. For example, when you go to the report of the Auditor General, the first issue on inaccuracies in cash and cash equivalence balance, Auditor General, you had reported that that had been cleared because it does not form part of the responses that we have. Was it our position when reported to the House that issue number 1 had been resolved?
Yes, Chair.
Issue number 1 had been resolved.
Yes.
Now, you see, the risk is the County Assembly might go back to interrogate the same matter when the Senate has already marked it as resolved. So that's why we are asking that we synergize, pick our recommendations. You don't need to be bound by it because we are independent houses, but our recommendations can be a guide. So so there was no recommendation on issue number 1. There was a recommendation on issue number 2 on unconfirmed revenue. What we shall do is the Auditor General will quickly raise your observation. The clerk will tell us what we had recommended. Then the governor will tell us the action that has been taken. This is a significant matter involving 3.1 billion. And I think that as the Auditor General proceeds, how much money was spent by Kitui this financial year? 13 billion. Was it 13 or 14? 13 billion. I think it was 13 billion. That's what is the statement of receipts. So quite a lot of money. But Senator Wambua tells us it's still not enough, considering the needs of the
We
people.
need a lot more.
We will support you to, to get much more. Fine. Unconfirmed revenue.
Thank you, Chair. Do I read the paragraph?
Yeah, read the paragraph, then the clerk will read what we recommended, then the governor will confirm that he has done what we have recommended.
Chair, we need to be guided which document we are looking at so that we...
We are looking at the report of actually what we should be guided by, clerk, which one? I wish members had the report of the Auditor General, the summary report of the Auditor General, which has the observation, the recommendation of the Senate, the response of management, and the observation, the final evaluation of the OAG. So maybe I said issue number 2, that was misleading. It's issue number 1 on this. Unconfirmed revenue.
But I think there is no column for the Auditor General.
Yeah, get Senator Dulo the right one, the one with the audit evaluation column. Oh, she has the other copy. Yeah, OAG, please.
Thank you, Chair. This is the report of the Auditor General on Kitui County Executive for the financial year 2023-2024. The first issue is unconfirmed revenue, and it states the statement of receipts and payments, and as disclosed in Note 2 to the financial statements, reflect miscellaneous receipts amounting to 3,111,155,760. However, review of revenue records revealed that receipts totaling to 3,980,755 were recorded in the cash book but did not reflect in the bank statements or the bank reconciliation statements as at 30th June 2024. Further, the cash analysis indicated that revenues unbanked by revenue officers amounted to 3,794,256. In addition, review of the county's electronic revenue collection system records for land rates, life forms, revealed that management did not collect outstanding property rates totaling to Kenya shillings 1,098,129,827 owed to the county. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of miscellaneous receipts amounting to Kenya shillings 3,111,155,760 could not be confirmed. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, what was our recommendation? And I must put a caveat here that Kitui did not appear before this committee. We relied on written responses. So we might have to reinterrogate some of our recommendations because, we didn't have that opportunity to to do a cross-examination on your responses. And you'll observe, honorable members, that I think some of these recommendations are quite generic, not very specific to the amounts that are there. So you are free to ask specific questions, because this is a case where 3.9 million is in the cash book but is not in the bank statement. 3.7 million collected but not banked. On the face of it is theft. And I think this is one of those recommendations that perhaps ESCC should have looked.
3,784,256 being the amount held by the collectors as at 30th June 2024. And B is Kenya shilling 186,489, which related to revenue collected on 30th June 2024 and banked on July 1st, 2024. Bullet 2 is a recovery of the unbanked revenue is ongoing, and by end of the February 2025, a total of 1.5 or 1,578,550 had been recovered, leaving a balance of 2,215,706. The new Human Resource Information System, HRS, which replaced the Integrated Payroll and Personnel Database, was unable to attach recoveries since February 2025, resulting into delay in recovery to date. The Director, Human Resources, has raised the matter with the State Department of Public Service, which is in charge of the HRIS, to address the matter. Still on the management status report, to eliminate cash handling, the county has transitioned to automated revenue collection methods, including the use of pay bill number 522522 and M-Pesa push notifications. To address the issue of accrued land and property rates, the county government advertised on 15th May 2025 on the county website and the Public Procurement Regulatory Authority for Procurement of Land Information Management System, LIMS, to address the issue of land rates and plot identification. The bid was evaluated in June 2025 and the winning bidder was selected. The contract is yet to be signed. The data mapping, which will be incorporated in the LIMS to improve property rates management, this mapping is expected to ease the identification of rates defaulters as well as other revenue streams tracking. The attached are the evidences, which we have the bank statement showing the banking of 186,499, the recovery schedule, recovery to January 2025, 2 samples of pay slips for staff under recovery, 3 the State Department of Public Service Help Desk, Kitui County, request for system features enhanced, and we have the extract.
Auditor General.
Thank you, Chair. We were able to look at the evidence, and we did confirm that the recoveries totaling 1,578,550 has been done. And we also looked at the bank statement, and we confirmed that Kenya shillings 186,499 was actually banked in July 2025. For the life system, we shall be able to keep it in view and confirm in our next audit.
Now, you queried 3.794256 million, or the county is saying out of the 3.98 million, 3.79 was held by the collectors as at 30th of June 2024, and 186 was revenue collected on 30th June. You have said you have seen evidence of the 186,499.
1.5.
No, you've said there's a statement you've seen where the 186.
Yes.
186
sorry,
has been
186
captured.
that was banked in July.
What about the 3.794 million?
The 3.7, it has not been fully recovered. It's only a portion that has been recovered, the 1.5.
This so this 3.794 is the second point, the cash analysis.
The 3.7, when you add it to 1.8, you get the 3.9,
Okay.
which was our issue.
So 186 has been reflected in the statement.
Yes.
Out of 3.7, only 1.5 has been recovered,
Yes.
but 2.2 is a balance.
Yes.
This is money that was collected from Mama Mboga.
Yes.
It was collected from poor women in the market, from boda operators,
Yeah.
from hustlers,
Yes.
and it is sitting
And
in the
banks.
pockets of some people. Isn't that the implication? That 2.2 million, actually 3.794 million, was collected by Kitui from the poor of the poorest and found their way into people's pockets. And what the governor has done is to recover 1.5 million, leaving 2.2 million in people's pockets. And it's just okay. It's just fine. This is theft. Governor, wasn't this money collected? We are talking money that was already collected.
Let's put this matter in context. This happened in 2019. I wasn't governed then.
Well,
But when I came,
that does not help.
I found the problem.
Was the money collected from the poor of Kitui?
That's true.
The money was in
Chairman.
people's pockets.
Yeah, which should not have happened.
And all you have done is recovery, partial recovery, no administrative action,
No, there is a lot
no
of-
criminal action initiated against these thieves.
Chairman, there are two things which is happening. Recovery of the money from their salaries, and some of the evidence which has been attached here indicates that, and disciplinary action. You know, our Constitution, Article 47 to be specific, refers to fair administrative action. So you must go through due process. And the normal thing is you give a warning and you recommend this to go to...
Just maybe, Governor, is that what you've done or what should be done?
No, that's what has been done.
Where's the evidence? And please remember, fair administrative action must also be read alongside the PFM Act, which criminalizes this kind of action. Collecting revenue and not banking is outright theft. And it's been defined as an offense under the PFM Act and regulations. Senior Counsel.
Chair, you know, when in simple language, Governor, when a member of staff, these are the employees who you have attached a schedule of their names here. Okay? They collect revenue and keep it. Not even keep it. I think they collect revenue and eat it because you are recovering from their salary. And you are telling this committee that this guy should continue being in office. And Chair, we link it to what the President was saying yesterday, that members of this committee get compromised. You know, we are doing this matter and I can see the representative of EACC. He's there. He's Madam.
Governor can answer all. Which are these circumstances that allow revenue to be collected in cash? Because basically, you're supposed to digitize revenue collection. Why should revenue be collected in cash and taken to somebody's home?
It's a good question. Senator.
Thank you, Chair. You know, Chair, the governor must be very much aware that you cannot correct money and spend at the source. Right? The evidence before her here is that there is some deductions taking place. away from these deductions, is there any other administrative action that you are taking to make sure that this is not?
To look at the county executive report and the receiver of revenue report, and our initial submission were two reports, and that evidence is there. But of course,
No,
the
Governor,
Senate,
the evidence must follow the question. The question is in the report of the executive.
in the original, you know, what we are looking at is the compressed report which Senate prepared with the tables, where we have a number of headings like the audit query.
No, please be guided. Next time you appear before this committee, if there's an issue that's outstanding, come with all the records and documentation supporting it.
Okay.
Chair, the governor is giving us intentions. Maybe he's intending to do that when he goes back. Because there is no evidence to that effect.
No,
I'm
just saying there is a report which was submitted to the Senate. The Senate never invited us to discuss with them then. They opted to sit in committee and generate a report which we are supposed to implement, and today we are supposed to report where we are. So some of that evidence, we have not carried it. It is in a report which was submitted to Senate on receiver of revenue, which we had prepared separately. But when the Senate was looking at these things, they combined everything in the one report. So when we are responding now, we responded to the issues as laid down by the committee.
Governor,
that's the reason why it's not there. But
take guidance from the Senate.
Yeah.
Take guidance from the Senate, because
Okay.
I think you're explaining your understanding. The expectation of the Senate is that if there's a figure that has been queried and has not been supported, notwithstanding the broad recommendations that we've made, we shall still go back to that amount. You see, our recommendations does not deal with the theft. The question is, 2.2 million has been stolen from the people of Kitui. Your approach is to recover it as impressed. Why impressed? Why impressed? And even if it was impressed is...
as the law demands. But from our perspective, we are not treating them with the kid globes.
No, you are. Actually, you have used the right word.
We would have used
the right word.
Chairman,
Chair, what you need to know.
Chairman, you know, you have just drawn our attention